This is an Emerson AM/FM 8-track player, model PTA 129A. I bought this over a year ago and it sat in the basement, and I finally got around to restoring it. I paid $5 for this unit, but you sure wouldn't know it now. This unit was in extremely rough condition. It was absolutely disgustingly filthy, and just about every service that you would have to do on a 8-track player and vintage radio had to be done on this thing. It had been dropped. The case was partially popped apart. As you can see, it's extremely yellowed. I figure it must have sat on a windowsill or something all its life. It used to be gray, but it took on this green color over time, so it looks more now like it's a military theme, which a lot of the GEs of this time period had. I had wires that came unsoldered that just fell off. Some of the factory wiring in this thing is extremely sloppy. They used masking tape on stuff, and it was just really a mess. But like I said, this was completely covered with just dirt, and this was all dirt and crackly volume. These sliders are always noisy, and usually, quite often, they'll be unsavable, but these ones work good. And I'm actually very pleased with the results in restoring this unit. It looks pretty nice now. It's all cleaned up. And it actually works. And it's a tape player. That's Connie Francis. Not too worried about copyright with her. The radio's fixed as well.
Just breathe. I'll spend the rest of my time. Has been every night you come. You drown our sins in the seas of crimson. You drown our sins in the seas of crimson.
The one surprise was this is the original antenna, and I don't know how. Must have been a miracle of God. The antenna isn't even bent on this thing, because it doesn't have the mode where you can pull it up and fold it. It only stays straight up and down. And the entire thing was trashed except for the antenna, which I thought was really, really amazing. But yeah, for what it is, I paid $5 for it, and I had to spend about 5 hours working on this thing to get it whipped back into shape. And of course, like a lot of these, they have the battery AC switch built into the socket here. And those seem to always have a problem where you have to wedge something in with the power cord to switch it into AC mode. There's a little switch here. And I was able to take that apart and bend that so that it would work properly. The other thing is the battery compartment on this is actually pretty decent. Although that screw is really rusty. In fact, the case is broken there and the screw isn't doing anything. But yeah, this thing was trashed. It really was. And I was actually surprised. I was just going to use this at work on a construction site so I could play tapes once in a while. But it cleaned up so well that I don't think I really want to do that now. I didn't think it would clean up like this. So yeah, this was just a quick look of an Emerson model PTA 129A AM/FM 8-track player.